function is a relation, but not every relation is a function. Let's say there is a relation R from set A to set B. How do we know if this relation R is a function or a relation? Can the type of mapping from set A to set B help us with this information? Absolutely. Let us look at the different types of mapping from set A to B to know if the relation is a function or not. There are 4 different types of mapping: one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one, and many-to-many. Let's look at the first type of mapping, which is the one-to-one mapping. We have set A and set B. Set A has elements A1 and A2. Set B has elements B1 and B2. Now, when can we say that the relation from set A to set B has a one-to-one mapping? We can say that when each element in the range is an image of exactly one element in the domain. Here our domain has elements A1 and A2 and our range has elements B1 and B2. So we see that B1 is the image of exactly one element A1 and B2 is the image of exactly one element A2. If the mapping is one-to-one, then the relation is a function. Do you know why? This is because every element in set A has one and only one image in set B. As we had seen in the previous lesson, this is the only condition for a relation to be a function. Now let's look at the second type of mapping, which is one-to-many mapping. Now when can we say that the relation from set A to set B has a one-to-many mapping? This is when an element in the domain has more than one image in the range. A1 has 2 images B1 and B2 and A2 has an image B2. If the mapping is one-to-many, then the relation is not a function. This is because an element in set A has more than one image in set B. For it to be a function, every element in set A must have one and only one image in set B. Let's move on to the third type of mapping now. Here's the arrow diagram for many-to-one mapping. Notice that A1 and A2 both have the same image B1. Can you tell me if the relation will be a function in this case? If the mapping is many-to-one, then the relation is a function. This is because every element in set A has one and only one image in set B. Doesn't matter even if it's the same image. The relation will be a function in this case. And now we come to the last type, many-to-many. Here's the arrow diagram. A1 has 2 images, B1 and B2, and A2 also has 2 images, B1 and B2. Will the relation be a function in this case? What do you think? If the mapping is many-to-many, then the relation is not a function. This is because more than one element in set A has more than one image in set B. Hope the concept of mapping is clear now. We saw that when the mapping is one-to-one or many-to-one, the relation is a function. And when the mapping is one-to-many or many-to-many, the relation is not a function.